Okay, bitch, I'm outside of some movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like money. Bitch, I'm on my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your bitch back, she a groupie. She just swallow all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, familiar, we bringing them gas out. I still got some racks stuffed in the trap house. Let the 42 and blow, I'm back out. I'm back out, bullshit. Swim back with a full clip. They say I do the road clip. My shooters, they shooting. Oh, shit, they doing. I get the breeze, then it's adios. If I'm with your trees, then she give it though. When I see police, then we get low. That's another piece, that's another song. Ice in the VVs, let's be down to get treasy. I got all this water on me like Fiji. Bitch, I'm posted up with hats and the sleazies. Smoking the Zaza, they go straight to the Mata. Then I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Open his lata, then I'm dancing my chata. Smoking the Zaza, they go straight to the Mata. And I'm up in the chopper, hitting the cha-cha. Then I'm open his lata, then I'm dancing my chata. Whooped it, bitch, I'm outside of some movie. Blue cheese, I swear I'm addicted to blue cheese. I gotta stick to this paper like money. Bitch, I'm on my chicken like it's a two-piece. You can have your bitch back, she a groupie. She just swallow all my kids in a two-seat. Swagged out, familiar, we bringing them gas out. I still got some racks stuffed in the trap house. Let the 42 and blow, I'm back out. I'm back out, bullshit. Swim back with a full clip. They say I do the road clip. And my shooters, they shooting. Oh, shit, they doing. When I wake up in the morning, I roll up and count my money. I'm so wet. I've been so wrong, but I'm always right. 'Cause I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. Look, if I call you babe, you babe for the day, or babe for the night. You know my wife, she wanna kill, so fuck all night. I wanna fuck on the dime, give me head all night. Big rocks, in the hood with the realest. 5K on the dinner, bring 300,000 to the dealer. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. 'Cause I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. I'm rich, but I'm riding on low on exotic. I'm about to fly out and go get me some. Nothing ain't sweet, all this money on me, on the rats in the bag, that's 100 money. Baby OG, I've been running these streets, got the pain from the shut on my promise son. Don't ride the triple cross when I was young, and I know I ain't going, so I keep it gun. I flow the carriage just to match some deal. She begging for attention, I don't see her. See how we pop, I wish that you could see us. Me and catch plus whenever I go real. I got some niggas in the street won't beat me. I got the industry people trying to beat me. I just go Ray Charles, they can't see me. I'm in the Rolls Royce, but I'm this wrong, but I'm always right. 'Cause I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. Yeah, like a thief in the night. I pull up, give it deep in the night. Tryna fuck in the B-side. They can't fuck up my seats 'cause they white. I'm living like Thriller, I only come out at the nighttime. She don't fuck with liquor, don't like being tipsy. She don't do the Henny, just white wine. Pop the cork on some new Pinot Grigio. I pull up in the Porsche with a freaky. Pop the Porsche, we pull up in the Lambo. I hop out, major pain, rockin' camo. Then she keep making fuck, let a man go. Like to shoot, light you up, bitch, you Rambo. Keep it late for the rocks, it's a choke. Rest in peace to the pop, make it smoke. I did some wrong, but I'm always right. 'Cause I know how to shoot, and I know how to fight. I tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. All right, enough of the music right now, man. Let's talk some football right now, man. What's going on YouTube? What's going on Raider Nation? What's going on? It's your boy Ash here coming at you guys with another live stream, man. Just want to go live here. You know, we're 7 days away. First Monday night game. It's going to feature your Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens, man. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. You know, this is going to be a long week, you know, because every day I'm just we're gonna be inching closer and closer to that week 1 game, man. I want to be honest, man. You know, like I'm excited that football is back, man. But you know, man, like I mean, I'll like I'm not gonna lie, that Thursday game, you know, I'll watch obviously, but like you know, like I just won't be that excited or too into it. You know what I mean? And even during the Sunday games, man, like the only games I'm really keeping an eye on are really the teams in my division. You know, the Browns and Chiefs game, the Giants and Broncos. And then, you know, you got the Chargers and Washington. I don't care about the other games, man. Like, I already know that the 49ers are going to probably beat the shit out of the Lions. I already know that the fucking Bills are going to beat the shit out of the fucking Steelers, most likely. I already know that the fucking, you know, that the Rams are going to beat the shit out of the Bears on Sunday night. Like, I already know that, bruh. You know, like, I mean, I get it. It's any given Sunday. But, like, you know, I just, like I said, man, I don't believe it. I don't see it, you know, like, again, man, you know, I'm even with the some of the teams in the AFC West. Like, don't get me wrong, I want all you motherfuckers to lose on Sunday. I'm talking to you, Chiefs, Broncos, and Washington. But most likely, I say 2 out of 3 of those teams are going to win. I picked the Chiefs and the Giants to win, or not the Giants. I picked the Chiefs and the Broncos to win. I think the Chargers are going to get the short end of the stick, but we'll see. They can win too. Let's see. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to see what happens, bro. But I'm just waiting on my game Monday night, man. Like, I haven't seen my squad, my starters play, you know, so far. I haven't even seen them in preseason. I've only heard things in practice, you know. But what I've heard, you know, all throughout camp and leading out to the season is that this team is hungry and this team is determined, you know, to really, really ride the ship and make noise this year. And I don't want anybody to be fucking surprised if we do win this game. I don't want that energy, you know, like, but I get it. There's going to be people from the media that would say that they are, you know, they're going to bring up excuses for Lamar Jackson if they do. If we do end up winning this game, saying, oh, Lamar didn't have that much help, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Instead of giving credit to the Raiders, you know, a team that's hungry, a team that's been knocking on the door for the last 2 years of making playoffs and whatnot, man. You know, like I said, I really have a hard time listening to the media and analytics because they have not been right about the Raiders the last. I don't care if we missed the playoffs the last couple of years, you know, but based on how they projected that the Raiders were going to do, I mean, you would have swore that the Raiders were going to be worse than they were the year before. You know what I mean? Like in 2019, like after we cut Antonio Brown, they thought we were going to be just as bad, if not worse, than what we were in 2018. Then in 2020, it was like that team, I mean, was just not going to do anything, you know, like they were going to be bottom of the basement, even though like we were in a division, right? You know, really, I knew we were going to finish second all of last year. You know, I said we were going to finish second, and I knew we were going to like, you know, be better than the Broncos and the Chiefs. Or not the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, man. Because the Broncos, I mean, I wasn't a believer in Drew Lock, you know. And with the Chargers, man, I mean, I understand Herbert had a great rookie year and whatnot, man. He did. But, like, at the time, it was like, you know, there was a lot of uncertainty. And plus, like, you know, like, I mean, their coaching staff was bad, you know. And now this year, man, I mean, let's see. Like, they have a new coaching staff with the Chargers. The Broncos, Teddy Bridgewater is going to be the starter. You know, it seems like on paper they improved on defense, but I felt like we've improved as well as a football team. You know, to say that the Raiders have been stagnant, like you really haven't been paying attention, man. I mean, to say that this defense, to say if we're going to be as bad, if not worse than we were last year, then you really don't know what you're talking about. You really don't know football. You really do not know analytics. You really have not done your research. You really have not done your homework on this fucking team.
because we've added in veterans and rookies that I believe are going to make an impact for this defense, man. We have more defensive players than offensive players. We're kind of deep if you really think about it. Now it's just all up to Gus Bradley, a real defensive coordinator, unlike Paul Gunter. I mean, there's been some players in the past that have like talked down about Paul Gunter and his defense, man. Brandon Marshall. Oh, and by the way, a former Bronco who actually has the Raiders projected to be better than the Broncos. This man said he played under Paul Gunter and it just wasn't a fit. It wasn't a fit at all. And you can tell, like the Raiders on paper, like I'm going to name you so many players right now, man. But really, I'm only going to name you a few that right out the top of the bat. And I'll try to go all across the board. Yannick Ngakoue, Max Crosby. Okay. Linebackers. KJ Wright, 67th best player in football. Corey Littleton. He was a Pro Bowl linebacker with the Rams. Okay. Secondary, all right. Trayvon Moehrig, the 2-time Jim Thorpe winner. I could easily name more. I really can, but I'm just going to name those few players. I just named some. I'm going to be honest. I just named some random players that I just thought of in the back of my head. I could easily say Gerald McCoy. I could easily say Denzel Perriman. I could easily say Nick Kwiatkowski, Jonathan Abram, Casey Hayward. We have a good combination of vets, and I think this rookie class, at least on the defensive side of the ball, is going to make an impact. I mean, we've already seen it with Nate Hobbs. I'm anxious to see with Trayvon Moehrig, and I've already seen it. I've already seen a few glimpses of Tyreek Gillespie. What about Divine Diablo? Dude can run sideline to sideline. I'm just saying, do not be surprised if the Raiders do better than they've been doing the last couple of years. And the last couple of years, we've been very middle of the pack. I'm just saying this team, they believe they're ready to take that next big step. And I don't want any of you motherfuckers to be surprised either. Because you've been listening to the media. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid on what the media has to say. Well, the Raiders have been making a lot of offensive line changes. The game is past John Gruden, I'm going to explain to you why both those takes are wrong, in my opinion. First things first, John Gruden, say all you want about John Gruden, he won with Tony Dungy and whatnot, man. I mean, the man knows offense. He came in and he changed it all up. He traded Amari Cooper, At one point, our offense had 2 starting offensive tackles. Doug Martin was our starting running back. Our best wide receiver was Jordy Nelson. And Darren Waller was on the practice squad. Now we have Colton Miller, who's in year 4, has improved year after year after year, has gone into contract extension. We got Alex Leatherwood, who, again, is a rookie, but he is way more promising than Brandon Parker ever was on the right side. Then you got our wide receiving core, and our best receiver was Jordy Nelson. Now we have a lot of speed with Ruggs, Renfro, Snead, Edwards, fucking Zay Jones even. Tight end, Darren Waller, top 3, maybe even top 2 tight end. Running backs, Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake. We've come a long way with this offense. And Derek Carr every year has gotten better and better in this system. Offensive line, I get it. We've made a lot of changes to our offensive line, but realistically, if we're basing it off of last year, we only lost 2 players from our offensive line, and both of them were in their 30s. Our starting offensive line goes as followed. Colton Miller, Richie Incognito, who before he was hurt last year, the year before that, was a Pro Bowl left guard or an alternate, but he was still really damn good. He was Andre James, who again, he is unproven. We don't know what we're going to get out of Andre James. But the thing is with Andre James is that for the last 2 years, he was being mentored by Rodney Hudson. And when most practices, he was practicing with the first team reps on Wednesday and Thursday practice because Rodney Hudson needed those days to rest. That's another thing you're missing is that those guys, Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson, they needed some time off from practices just to rest. And I love me some Rodney Hudson. I'm going to root for him in Arizona. But it wouldn't surprise me if he struggles this year. Same thing with Gabe Jackson in Seattle. Because they're going to have to block a lot because Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, they're dual threat quarterbacks. They're going to run the ball a lot. They're going to have to block a lot more than Derek Carr. Derek Carr, he's a pocket passer. Derek Carr, and that's another thing too. I'm not worried is because Derek Carr knows how to throw the ball quickly. He knows how to have a quick release. And then we got Denzel Good at the right guard. He was the left guard for mostly last year. He played pretty good, in my opinion, as the left guard. I thought he was a quality starting guard. He might be getting a little bit up there with age, but at the same time, too, I want to say he's in really good shape, and I think he'll do just fine at that right guard spot. And then Alex Leatherwood, again, I'm not asking him to be better than Trent Brown right away. He's gonna have his flaws. He's gonna be a little bit raw come his first year, but the guy has a lot of potential. And I think, he's got the right mindset. He's got the right mentality. He just goes in and works. As long as he just puts his head down and puts in that work, he's going to be fine. So, and I've already explained the defensive side of the ball with Gus Bradley. Like I said, he's more of a fundamental defensive coordinator than Paul Guenther. So many players on our Paul Guenther defense was just out of position, didn't know how to, plug in the right guys, didn't know how to, have a fourth quarter or a third down pass rush, man. And now our pass rush is pretty deep this year if you really think about it. You look at our first team of defensive linemen. Ngakoue, Crosby, Quinn Jefferson, he can pass a rusher to two at times. He can be pretty disruptive. And then, Jonathan Hankins, very good at stopping the run. And then our second team, Clelin Ferrell is going to be the one starting the second team. It's a guy, like I said, we all have our opinions on Clelin Ferrell. I get he hasn't lived up to that fourth overall pick potential, but the guy can play. He can create a lot of pressure, stop the run. Then on the other side, you got, Malcolm Koonce, who showed a lot of promise in the preseason. And say all you want about Carl Nassib and him being gay and whatnot, But at the same time, too, this guy can be really good off of the rotation. He has a lot of depth to that rotation. Then you got Solomon Thomas, who is looking to prove himself, still very young, still has a lot of upside in my opinion. And I truly believe the Niners misutilize him. I think we're going to use him more on the inside, and you're going to see with the 3 technique that he's going to be more disruptive on the inside. And then Gerald McCoy. Once again, guy missed all last year, sure. The leg injury, and let's see. What I saw from that preseason game, he looked great. He looked very disruptive. Going through, and I get the Niners are playing like their second string offensive line, but still, that's a good sign, And before that, from 2012 to 2019, the guy had 5 or more sacks every single year. So, yeah, man. Again, the Ravens, they better have their hands full come week 1, man. They better have their fucking hands full come week 1 because they've lost already now 2 of their running backs. They might be without 3 of their starting wide receivers. We have depth at the front 7 position with linebackers and our defensive line to stop the run. I think we're going to be really good at stopping the run this year. It's all going to really depend on our secondary. It's a young and unproven secondary, but this defensive line, it's a good combination of guys that are proven and guys that are hungry. And that could be a good recipe for success. And as long as we stop Lamar Jackson, stopping the ball, as long as we can, stop the running game, then it's going to be a long day for Lamar Jackson. You can't expect Lamar Jackson. Personally, for me, if Lamar Jackson has less than 200 passing yards, which he usually, his average is less than 200 passing yards. If he has less than 200 passing yards this game, the Ravens will not win this game. I'm going to just tell you that right now. They will not win this game. So better hope, Baltimore fans, that Jackson has a field day against our secondary. And congrats to Mark Andrews on getting that contract extension. You better have a damn field day in order to beat us. That's all I have to say. What's up to Frankie G and Mile High 6? Agreed. I definitely do see a lot of, and see, I'm a defensive guy. I do. I love defense, even though I'm a fan of a team that rarely knows a damn thing about defense. And I was upset when we traded Khalil Mack. I was, because Khalil Mack, I mean, again, he was like not only like the best player on our team, he was like my favorite player on the Raiders. I think as many fans were, but at the same time too, like the defensive line is my favorite position in football. And it was upsetting that we traded him, but we had to do what we had to do. But now it seems like this defensive line has a lot of potential to do damage this year. And I can't wait. I know this defensive line is not going to be bottom 5 this year. I know that this defensive line is going to, cause havoc, cause a lot of problems if it stays healthy. I know this linebacking core is going to run from sideline to sideline and make key tackles. That's another thing too. We just got to play fundamental football. We got to be more disciplined. We got to know our schemes. We got to know how to play inside and outside. Got to know what we're doing. Can't be, jumping off sides. Can't be playing dirty. Can't be, hurting the team more than helping the team. So that's all I have to say about that. But I can't wait, man. I can't wait come Monday Night Football, man. This Monday Night Football game, man. Because I really do believe that if we win this game, man, that it's going to be a huge confidence booster for the Raiders, despite the fact that, yeah, maybe the Ravens are banged up. And I don't want to hear from any so-called analyst, too, that if somehow the Raiders do make the playoffs this year, I don't care how many lucky breaks we get, I'm going to slander everybody. Every so-called analysis, whether it's on Twitter, on ESPN, and whatnot, I'm going to chew their ass out. But yeah, hold up for a second, guys. Well, I'm back, you guys. I know, unfortunately, I'm on my backup channel, and you know, not that many people watch because this isn't my main channel. But I will do my best, just to keep you up to date on this channel for at least a week, covering Raiders, Ravens. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Like I said, Ravens have no idea what's coming. Lamar Jackson has no idea what's coming. John Harbaugh has no idea what's coming, man. The NFL has no idea what's coming when it comes to, the Allegiant Stadium. They just think that, it's just going to be a tourist stadium for other fans to, attend and whatnot, man. I'll say this. There will be some Ravens fans. They got a pretty good fan base and they travel well. But, really, you're going to see very little purple there. It's going to be nothing but black and silver, and I cannot wait. Next Sunday, we are about to turn up. We are about to turn up. We are about to turn up. And the Raiders, I do believe we will win this game. I do, and I'll cover it more throughout the week. And like I said, I've already kind of broke it down, but I'll break down more of the matchups and the game and my keys to the game on the Raiders to win, man. And it's gonna be it's gonna be great. I cannot wait, man. Ravens and Raiders. Ravens, you're just another team that's in our way. Anyways, guys, man, it's been your boy Ash, and I'm out. Peace and go Raiders.